Welcome, standout fans. It's your boy Around Money here. I'm here with my co-host Derrion. As always, I'm
Yo,
glad to have him here with me today. So this is our final for right now for basketball at least trade package episode. We're doing this one on Victor Oladipo because it's reported that when they played certain teams that Vic would ask if can I play for you guys or
can I
whatever.
play with y'all?
And it gives me OBJ vibes because he was doing something similar last year when
Telling teams to get at him.
they tell him to get at him. So there's possible teams like the teams that were he was doing it was the Heat, the Raptors, and the Knicks.
Mm.
It's a weird flex, but okay. Um, so if it's going to the Pacers or if he's going to the Raptors, I could see the Pacers receiving Norman Powell, Terrence Davis, and a second round pick in exchange for Vic. I was looking at the package. I was like, oh, they could throw Van Vliet in there. I'm like, or they could do like a Van Vliet for Vic swap possibly, or you could throw in someone like Ananobi or whatever. But
OG, yeah, that's a fair trade.
yeah, but now that I think it was I don't know where I seen it at, but Fred Van Vliet he thinks it's time, man. He thinks it's time for him to be the face of a team. So he could potentially, if they do a Van Vliet for Vic swap, he could be the face of the Indiana Pacers. Because I just don't believe that on T.J. Warren, he's not gonna come back playing like bubble T.J. Warren. He's just gonna come back playing like T.J. Warren, like the T.J. Warren he's been the last couple years. He's not gonna come back and I don't think he's gonna play any better or even close to what he was in the bubble. Again, I could be wrong, but that's what I do believe. Um,
I got hope for him.
and
He's always been a prolific scorer in his career, if you ask me.
no, yeah, he
It just,
had, but like it
but
was
no, I
something.
don't see him averaging like no 30 a game or
No,
nothing.
no, no. So I got that, and then I got obviously the Fred Van Vliet for Vic swap. Any packages you got potentially for the Raptors throwing for Vic?
Um, honestly, I can see them shipping OG, of course. Um, draft picks easily, and
See, but
possibly, yeah, Norman Powell. Norman Powell. They can throw Norman Powell in there. Fred. They have a lot of guys that they can trade away. And of course, like all them guys mean plenty of value. So at the end of the day, Miami, not Miami. Whoa, where am I going with that? Indiana. They really can't miss out on that trade at all. And for Victor Oladipo, that's a two-way wing that can shoot and he can move off ball and he will run the break for you. It's
yeah,
just really up to his health and his potential because he just came back from an injury, and we want to see him get back to that MIP role to, back to before he got injured, he was averaging almost, I think, about 25 a game,
yeah.
25 a game, 4 steals, 4 assists. He had a real nice stat line.
See, obviously we done teams similar whatever. I just don't think that teams are going to give up much for Vic because of that injury, as they'd have to give up for James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Chris Paul. You know what I mean? Teams
Yeah.
don't have to. It's like just like this next team we're gonna discuss, the Miami Heat. I got them giving up the Heat giving up Duncan Robinson, none, and a first rounder for Vic and possibly Doug McDermott. Now, that's my prime example because we're talking trades for like Booker and Harden. We're talking about Hero, Nunn, Crowder, Duncan, picks and everything. Vic's is not that. Obviously, like you said, he's a two-way wing, whatever. But I just don't think they're gonna have to give he would have to give up that much
Way too much. Yeah.
to get help for Jimmy Butler. Like I said, because of Vic's injury, you don't know fully if he's gonna be what he was. Obviously, he
To that
played.
MIP potential.
Yeah, he could like he came back. He was playing okay, but he was on a minute restriction. Obviously, when you want if he's making this trade, they want to make sure this man is healthy and putting up those MIP numbers, and make sure he's complimenting Butler so they can go back to the finals again, and hopefully win it or whatever they're looking to do.
Right.
And then obviously the final package I could see on for a team they apparently wants to go to is on the New York Knicks. I could see them throwing a I do not know how to pronounce this man's name, so forgive me, everybody. What was it, Frank Ntilikina?
Oh, Ntilikina.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what? Yeah, something like
Dude from
that.
France.
Yeah, and then Kevin Knox and a second round pick, or just Frank and Knox, or Frank in a second rounder, Knox in the second round, or whatever. Like I said, just because I don't believe because of the injury, obviously, Vic's not that valuable right now until he can prove himself. So I could see, possibly, and it'll be good, because then you can move. You'll have obviously DSJ, Dennis Smith Jr. at the one. You'll have Vic at the two. You can move RJ down to the three, and then you have a decent little lineup right there. You also have Bobby Portis, Mitchell Robinson. So that could be actually a very good move for the New York Knicks to make. And obviously the Pacers are looking for a return. Knox Knox has a very high ceiling still, even though he's kind of been, I guess, a little, to me at least, a little quiet. But
Buns.
Buns, you think he's Buns? He ain't all that no more. His ceiling ain't high no more. He's over with. Hey,
Yeah, done with.
hey, the man's still young, so I'm gonna give him a chance still. I'm gonna give him a chance still. There's a bunch of players, we thought was end up being scrubs. Um, that actually turned out decent. So I'm gonna give the man a chance. But I can see him obviously trade. I can obviously see maybe if it's not Knox or whatever, maybe Ty Gibson, Bobby Portis going around in the trade too. So because you're already a small forward, because if Knox goes, he's always gonna be, unless they move Warren or one of them down to the four. Knox is gonna be coming off the bench for T.J. Warren. So but the whole can I play for you? I think it's just idiotic because of he's not what he was. We haven't seen the Vic, the MI. I'm sorry, we haven't seen the MIP Vic yet. So you can't be, can I play for you guys and that if you're not the same hooper? Because then how do you look trading for this man? He's not what you expect him to be. Then you look stupid. So I think before any type of trade happens, they're gonna obviously see how this first half or whatever the season goes. Then they can determine, hey, he's looking good. He's looking like that MIP. We can make a trade for him. Or they could be like, oh, he's not looking good. We're not going to trade for him. He's stuck in Indiana. So, because someone could request a trade all they want, but is the team that's trading you going to get back what they're looking for? Or is there any other teams that are looking for you? So I feel like obviously teams are going to hold on that until around the trade deadline just to see what the man's about, because he might not think he has something to prove, but he has something to prove most definitely. Um, but yeah, anything you'd like to add to that?
I mean, players do dumb stuff like that all the time. I feel like could have been avoided. He could have easily just requested a trade,
Yeah.
and yeah, it really hurts like the morale of him, and it could personally, I feel like it could possibly have an effect for no team being able to pick him up, and like you said, him resulting into being waived by his team if they can't find a destination for him to get landed at. For example, in this situation we've seen with J.R. Smith, but if you ask me, Oladipo can have the potential to be better than J.R. Smith.
Oh yeah.
Not like, yeah, not like in J.R. Smith heyday, but I feel like Oladipo will definitely,
Yeah.
he can land somewhere, but at the same time, like doing stuff like this will get him nowhere at all.
No one likes the ego. That's obviously we're talking about the example. OBJ, the Giants moved on from him because they didn't want that ego. And obviously he's calmed down since coming to Cleveland. I mean, he had, like I said, he had an incident last year, but I think his thing more was it's not like he was injured and being like, oh, hey, can I play? Then coming back and being like, hey, can I play for you guys? He had in a way he had a legitimate reason. Now, I'm not saying that players should be going and doing this in the first place, but my man was I was seeing numerous plays last year where the man was open and Baker just didn't make the read or whatever, and he's throwing a double coverage and whatever. So I'll give him the fact that OBJ had a legitimate reason. Like I said, I'm not gonna say that players should be going and doing this in the first place. It's just sloppy and disrespectful. But I do understand in a way why it was being done because it's frustration. I'd be frustrated too if I'm wide open in the end zone and my quarterback's not finding me, or I'm just wide open in general, and you're going to the other guys when you know a player like OBJ, he can make plays. You've seen him make one-handed grabs in the end zone. You just gotta throw it up and give that man a chance. He's a playmaker. You gotta give him a chance to make plays though. Baker wasn't giving him a chance to make plays last year. Then obviously coming in this year, he was finding him more often and just plays were being able to be made. He was making better reads. He was finding OBJ. So like now if OBJ comes back next year and pulls that, hey, can I play for you guys? I want to play for you guys, whatever. Dude, you're just, you know, you're injured. And you got to come back and prove yourself, prove that you're that star player. Because major injuries like those, it takes a toll on your body and stuff like that. So the fact that it's a risk that you got to take on a player like Vic and whatever. So there's a, no one you come up injury. You have to be
Yeah,
smart.
torn Achilles.
Yeah, you got to be smart with that, man. Like you got to don't gas yourself up, whatever. Just be humble. Because when you're coming off injury, you just got to be humble because you want these teams to take shots on you and don't got nothing to offer. But yeah, I think that's all we got for you guys today. Thank you guys, for taking you guys time and listening to what we think we have five trade package episodes, for these star players. Um, just keep showing love, support, um page and follow us everywhere. Standout Sports with a Z. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We got the views, we just need the followers or subscribers. I'm sorry. So keep running it up for us. And yeah, we'll be back very soon. We're also working on a rebrand, so there's tons to come for Standout Sports or whatever our name is in the future. We just hope to give you guys the content you guys are looking for. So just stay tuned, guys. And yeah, thank you guys.